healing with parents, a lot of the self-worth, self-image comes from earlier on. So I know I had to do a lot of healing with my relationship with my dad and my relationship with my mom, because everybody else in between that's caused pain in my life, they showed up, but they weren't the initiation point. They weren't the root. It started with mom and dad. Mom is your relationship with the female energy earlier on, and dad's your relationship and association with male energy. So whenever there's anything traumatic going on in there that gets planted as seeds, that's what you experience a good portion of your early life. So for me, in order to heal it at the core, I had to go to where it was created. So a lot of it was full circle, healing my relationship with my dad, and really going through different phases of my life did help with that. It gave me empathy. The formula for me is living with an open heart, surrendering, and living life with the intention of doing things for the highest good of all. And it's not perfect all the time, because I'm very impatient. I want things fast, which things are slow sometimes. And then when you release, it becomes fast. It's like this funny thing that a game that gets played, but the moment I hold on, it's slow. The moment I release, it's fast. I want things fast. I'm skeptical. My entire makeup is completely the opposite of somebody who you would think would thrive in a spiritual, energetic realm. But I learned to master my mind. I learned and realized that yes, I might be skeptical, I may be impatient, and that might serve me in some areas, but that's not all of me. It's a part of me. And in certain areas where it's needed, sure, let me bring you out. You need to be skeptical, sure, let me elevate the role and give you something to do. I don't want to disown that part of me because it's given to me for a reason. It just can't become all of me, because if it becomes all of me, it's not qualified to be all of me. So it becomes just a part of me that I can use, that I can master, that I can integrate with my entire being. And I'm realized that I'm more than just that. I'm a multi-dimensional, endless source of being that can create at will. Even though that's me, it only becomes all of me if I choose it to be all of me. You only experience duality if you have things that are counter manifesting, which is a term my wife coined. So let's say you want love, but then your mind's like, love is difficult. They leave you. They cheat on you. They're emotionally unavailable. Or why not even be that? You might just be like, the world's not safe. So I don't want to be seen, and I don't want to open up. And in doing that, you think you're protecting yourself. But yeah, if you don't want to open up and your heart is closed, then you're going to attract people whose hearts are closed. And it's a cycle. So you get what you think is love, but they're closed off. Or they're occasionally open, but it's conditional. And it becomes toxic in a way where it hurts your soul. And you think you can't have it all. And you think it's something outside of you, but you don't realize it's something within you. So when you do the work and you clear the blocks, mentally, emotionally, energetically, then it comes to a place to where it's all in alignment. And what you experience is what you thought you never would experience, a life without duality. It's just oneness. It's unison. And I have people that I help that have experienced that, to where their family members who used to be skeptical are now asking them, how did you do it? What's different? What's the secret? And it's just not trending. That's why it's not a common thing. Very few people, in comparison to the majority, live it and embody it. That's because it's not common knowledge that it's even possible. So it's not a matter of it's rare. It's just that there's not a lot of conscious attention that's been poured into it. Therefore, people don't think it even exists, because they know and they think that with good things, bad things come, and duality. And we're programmed to think and operate that way. Therefore, it can be no other way for some. We don't realize that we're creating it in a way, which is one of the hardest things to hear, but the best things to hear. Because if you can create it and you learn how you create stuff, and you learn what gets in the way of creation, and you learn what speeds it up or what sabotages it. And when you master that process and spend time there, you realize, wow, if I think it, so it shall be. And that's a very, very powerful, amazing place to come from. And it's something that does require work, but when you're there, you're there. It gets easier as you get used to it, and you start realizing when bad things happen or whatever, you understand that there's cycles through the universe. You understand that there's people that are supposed to be in your life for the moment, people that are supposed to be in your life for a longer time. And you understand people gift you lessons and vice versa, even if the lesson's painful. So you start understanding the game of life and how we as energetic and spiritual beings can thrive in a world that has duality, and how we can change it and impact it, not the other way around. And how we can have all our needs met and more, and that's okay. And then you start realizing that maybe you are the end of it, to where, let's say, your trauma is generational, to where your great-great-grandparents had it, and your grandparents and your parents, and you think you have to have it because everyone's had it and you don't know any other way. A lot of times it comes into your conscious awareness because you're ending the cycle. it ends with you. And what you're doing next, the path has never been walked, and you might be the only person you know who's walking that path. And you look around you and you're like, wow, you can't understand how you are the way you are. You're so different from everybody else because you didn't grow up with any role models, but for some reason you're different. You're meant to bring light to where there's darkness, and you signed up for it. You are what you've been waiting for. So a lot of the times it does come to that. And when it does, everything starts clicking. You never fit in because you weren't here to blend in. You're here to make a difference and bring solutions that aren't here, and to change the very fabric of how the world and energy in the world works. And you were here for a different purpose, not so much to blend in.